I am making an Ojama Armed Dragon deck profile. I mainly wanted to make this because I finally managed to get all the Ojama cards I needed to finish the deck. And I just wanted to bring back a deck that I really liked playing, which was Armed Dragon. When I realized making this is a lot easier with the Armed Dragon Thunder monsters. So starting off with the Ojamas, I play 2 copies of Ojama Yellow, 2 copies of Ojama Green, and 2 copies of Ojama Black. The reason for this is for Ojamagic's effect, where when it's sent from the field or hand to grave, then you add 1 of each to your hand. And you're able to just loop them for resources, and it's really good. Then I play 2 copies of Ojama Red. Ojama Red has the effect of when it's normal summon, you can special summon up to 4 Ojama monsters from your hand in attack position. This is used in, or with Oja matching and Oja Magic while you have another Ojama monster in your hand. Because in order to use this card's effect, you do have to have at least 1 Ojama monster in your hand. Then I play 3 copies of Ojama Blue. Ojama Blue has the effect that when it's destroyed by battle, you can add 2 Ojama spells or traps from deck to hand. My bad. You can add 2 Ojama cards from deck to hand. And it's not once per turn, so if you have multiple Ojama Blues, you can just crash them into something weak your opponent has and just keep searching. Then, for the fusion part of the deck, I play 1 copy of Z-Metal Tank, 1 Wide Dragon Head, and 1 X-Head Cannon. These are in the deck so you can summon XYZ Dragon Cannon, and then after that, VWXYZ Dragon Cannon. Then, for the Armed Dragon part of the deck, I play 3 copies of Armed Dragon Thunder level 3. Level 3 lets you discard a monster to then special summon a level 5 Armed Dragon from deck. Or is it level 5 Winded Dragon? I can never remember. You special summon a level 5 or lower Armed Dragon monster from your deck to your field. And then if this card is sent to the grave to activate a Dragon monster's effect, you can draw 1 card. Then I play 3 copies of Armed Dragon Thunder level 5. Armed Dragon Thunder level 5 has the effect of you can send a monster from your hand to the graveyard to then special summon a level 7 or lower Armed Dragon monster from your deck or hand. And then if this card is sent to the grave to activate a Dragon monster's effect, then you can add a level 5 or higher Wind Dragon. Then I play 1 copy of Pile Armed Dragon. Pile Armed Dragon can be special summoned from your hand by sending another Wind Dragon or level 7 or higher Dragon monster from your hand to the graveyard. And then you can send an Armed Dragon monster from your hand or deck to the grave, except for another Pile Armed Dragon. And then increase its attack by... And then you can increase its attack equal to that monster's level times 300 till the end of the turn. However, when you use this effect, you can only attack with 1 monster. And I believe you can actually choose what monster gets the attack boost. Okay, so yeah, you send a thing, target a monster, and then it gains an attack boost. Times that monster's level times 300. But like I said, the downside of it is that it does lock you into only 1 attack for the rest of the turn. Then I play 3 copies of Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. Level 7, you can send a monster from your hand to the graveyard to then special summon a level 10 or lower Armed Dragon from your deck or hand. And if it's sent to the grave to activate a Dragon monster's effect, you can then add an Armed Dragon card from deck to hand. And the best part is all the Armed Dragons, the level 3, 5, and 7, count as the originals. So Armed Dragon Thunder level 7 will count as Armed Dragon level 7 for Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. Then, to finish off the monsters, I play 1 copy of Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, 1 Armed Dragon level 10 white, and 1 Armed Dragon level 10. I play the one Armed Dragon level 10 because it's easy to get level 7 out, so it's easy to summon. And then you can just discard a card to then destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Level 10 white can summon itself by banishing armed dragons from your graveyard that's levels equal 10. And then when summoned, it lets you add white veil from your deck to your hand. And then while it's on the field, you cannot take any effect damage. And if I remember correctly, yes, and then at the end of or at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can destroy one card on the field. So I like that it's a non-targeting destruction. And then level Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 has 4 effects depending on how much attack it has. If it has level 10, control of it cannot be switched. If it has 100 or more, then it cannot be destroyed by battle. 1,000 or more, once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can discard a card to then destroy one card in your opponent's field, and then it gains 1,000 attack. And then 10,000 or more, once per turn, you can destroy every other card in the field. And then it's also always treated as Armed Dragon level 10, I believe. My bad. If it has 1 attack point or more, it's always treated as Armed Dragon level 10. Then that's it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. I play 1 copy of White Veil. White Veil has the effect of when the equipped monster attacks, your opponent cannot use any spells or traps until the end of the damage step. And then at the end of the damage step, White Veil can use its effect to destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. And if I remember correctly, the only downside of this card is... Wait. Oh yeah. But its downside is that if this card leaves the field, you take 3,000 points of damage, which normally is fine because level 10 prevents you from taking damage. But White Veil also has the effect of when the equipped monster battles a monster, the effects of all your opponent's spells and face-up spells and traps are negated as well. Then I play 1 copy of Armed Dragon Lightning. Armed Dragon Lightning has the effect of if an Armed Dragon monster be destroyed by card effect, you can send this card from the graveyard instead. And then once per turn, you can activate one of 2 effects where you can have a monster gain. You can have an Armed Dragon monster gain attack equal to its level times 100, or you can add an Armed Dragon monster with an equal or lower level than the targeted monster. So like you could have this target Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, have it gain 1,000 attack, or you can add a level 10 or lower Armed Dragon from your graveyard to your hand. Then I play 3 copies of Armed Dragon Flash. Armed Dragon Flash just lets you special summon Armed Dragon Thunder level 3. And you can only activate 1 flash per turn. This is essentially an emergency teleport for Armed Dragons. Then I play 3 copies of Fusion Tag. Fusion Tag lets you target 1 monster you control, reveal a monster from your extra deck, and then the targeted monster's name becomes that monster's name until the end of the turn. And I believe you can only... The only downside is... Actually, no, there's not a downside. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it had an effect where it locked you into fusion for the rest of the turn, but it doesn't. And then I play 3 copies of Ojama. This lets you send an Ojama card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, to then add to your hand an Ojama monster with a different name than the sent card, and an Armed Dragon monster from your deck and or graveyard. And then immediately after the effect resolves, you can normal summon one of those monsters. And the fun part of this card is it's not a once per turn thing, and it is a quick play spell. So technically you can use this, discard an Ojama card, add Ojama blue, and another Armed Dragon, summon the blue, attack with the blue, get an Ojama and Ojamagic, activate Ojama, send the Ojamagic, summon a blue, get another Armed Dragon, then you get blue, or then you get Ojama's yellow, green, and black. And then the other effect is you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 3 of your banished Ojama monsters, and shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. This is how you're able to recycle the Ojama's yellow, green, and black. And then I also play 3 copies of Ojama Simulation. Ojama Simulation also has the same grave effect, while its other effect lets you banish 3 Ojama monsters, or you reveal a light machine fusion monster from your extra deck. Banish Ojamas from your field or graveyard to then summon its materials from the deck. And then you can banish this to put those 3 banished Ojamas back into the deck and draw a card. Then I play 3 copies of Ojama Magic. This card has the effect of when it's sent from hand or field to the graveyard. You can then add 1 of Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black from deck to hand. That is it for the spells. For the traps, I only play 2 copies of Ojama Pajama. Ojama Pajama has the effect of if an armed dragon monster and or a light machine fusion monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect. I think it's by battle or card effect. Yeah. Then you can banish an Ojama card from your hand, face up field or graveyard instead. And then it also has 2 effects it can use, where once per turn during the main phase you can add an Ojama card from your deck to your hand and then discard a card. So you can add magic, discard magic, add the 3 Stooges, as they're called in GX English at least. And then it has the effect of this card is sent to the graveyard. You can special summon as many of your banished Ojama monsters as possible. This is mainly used for the protection effect, and then you can recycle the Ojama's banished by its effect with the grave effects of Ojama Match and Ojama Simulation. But that is it for the main deck. This is a 46 card deck, I believe. It can be lowered to 43 at the very least by taking out level 10 White Veil, and Armed Dragon Lightning. But I kind of want to test those at 1. If I don't like them, then they will come out. The main thing I like about them, though, is that the fact that there's 3 searchable cards. And then for the extra deck, I only play 3 Link monsters. But right now, most of the extra deck is just experimental because I have yet to actually do any testing with the deck. But I play 3 copies of Staryuja Skuldred. Staryuja Skuldred has 3 effects depending on how many monsters you use to make it. But it just requires 2+ monsters with different names. So it has an effect for if you use 2, an effect for if you use 3 different monsters, or if you use 4 different monsters. If you use 2 or more monsters, if a monster is normal, special summons to a zone it points to, that monster gains 300 attack and defense. Once per turn during your main phase, you can special summon a monster from your hand if you use 3 or more. Then if you use 4 names, then you can draw 4 cards, and then take 3 cards from your hand and put them at the bottom of the deck in any order. Which, with the Ojama cards, making Staryuja Skuldred is very easy, as you can activate Ojama Match, discard Ojama Magic, add Ojama Red, and an Armed Dragon level 7. And as long as you already had another Ojama monster in your hand, you can summon Red, and then chain 1 Red, chain 2 Magic, and there's 5 monsters, and you still have a normal summon. Then, for the rank 2s, I play 1 copy of number 2, Ninja Shadow Mosquito. Ninja Shadow Mosquito just requires 2+ level 2 monsters. And then it has the effect of it can't be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no damage from battles involving it. All monsters your opponent controls must attack if able, and when an attack is declared, you can activate one of these effects, which has 2 effects you can choose from. You can either detach material, place the hallucination counter on 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. The effects, if any of monsters with hallucination counters are negated. And then you inflict damage, or you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of 1 monster with a hallucination counter. This is mainly just here for effect negations with the hallucination counters. I just want to experiment with the card because I get to use it and I really want to use it in a deck. Then I play 1 copy of number 96, Dark Mist. Dark Mist just requires 3 level 2 monsters, and then if it battles a monster, you can detach material, steal half of that monster's attack points. Then I play 2 copies of number 64, Ronin Raccoon Sendayu. Ronin Raccoon Sendayu just requires 2 level 2 beast type monsters. But once per turn, you detach material to summon a... Oh boy, I can never remember how to... A Kagamusha Raccoon token, which is a Earth beast monster that's level 1. But its attack and defense are equal to the attack of the monster with the highest attack points on the field. And then while you have a token, your opponent cannot target Ronin Raccoon Sendayu for attacks, and I believe they cannot be targeted with card effects either. Let's see. My bad. Its effect is while you have another beast monster on the field, Ronin Raccoon Sendayu cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. The point is, you summon this, you get a token, and you can do things from there, or worst case scenario, there's 2 names for Zaryuja. Then I also play 1 copy of number 29 Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat has the once per turn effect. You can detach material from it to then target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard and summon it to their field. And then it has another effect where once per turn, if your opponent summons a monster, you can special summon from your, I want to say hand, deck, or grave. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon 1 monster with the same type or attribute as that monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use each effect of Mannequin Cat once per turn. I'm just testing Mannequin Cat for now. Then I play 1 copy of number 45, Crumbled Logos. Crumbled Logos just requires 2 or more level 2 monsters. With it having the once per turn effect, you can detach material, target 1 other face-up card on the field. And then while Crumbled Logos is on the field, that card has its effects negated. And then while that target's on the field, cards with the same name as that target and their effects cannot be activated. So that's something I like using with my opponent normal summons Alistair or Alibur. Just any kind of deck that has a monster they want to normal summon. Or if they have a field spell that they require as a starter, or whatever their starting card is, this can just say no and negate it. As long as it's something for your turn, because unfortunately this card has not a quick effect. If it was quick effect, it would be dumb. So Crumble Logos probably will be taken out of the deck for more Link monsters, but for now, I'm going to test it out. Then I play 1 copy of number 61, Volcasaurus. This can be summoned by using 2 level 5 monsters, but once per turn, it can detach material, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack, and then if you use this effect, then Volcasaurus cannot attack directly for that turn. Then, to finish off the Xyz monsters, I play 1 copy of number 89, Diablosis the Mind Hacker. Diablosis the Mind Hacker is a really funny card, just because it requires 2 level 7 monsters, but once per turn, you can detach a material from it to then look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a monster from it face down. If it destroys the opponent's monster by battle, then at the end of the battle phase, you can banish 1 card from your opponent's graveyard face down. And then, if a card or cards are banished from your opponent's deck face down, or if it's banished face down, doesn't have to be from your opponent's deck, then you can banish top cards or cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down for the combined number of face down banished cards they currently have. Like, one of the things I found with this that I thought was funny is if you summon this, your opponent doesn't know what it does, and they activate something like Poly Desires. You can then, they banish 10, draw 2, but then you can use Diablos effect to make them banish another 10. Just by activating the 1 Desires, they've already gotten rid of over half their deck. But the main thing with this card is the longer it's on the field, the more of a menace it becomes. Then I play 1 copy of VW Tiger Catapult, 1 XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon, one copy of VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. Tire Catapult's only in here for Fusion Tag. Dragon Cannon lets you discard one card to then target one card on the field, on your opponent's side of the field, and destroy it. And you can use that effect as long as you have a hand. So then you just keep discarding. It's like discard Ojama Magic, add the Three Stooges, discard the Three Stooges. Now there's already 4 cards gone. And then VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon can only be summoned by removing these 2 from play. But once per turn, you can discard a card, target one card on the field, and banish it. And if it battles an opponent's monster, you can use its effect to change its battle position. But normally, if you're summoning this, it's because you really want to summon the deck's boss monster, which is Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. This card can only be summoned by removing a VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon and an Armed Dragon level 7 that have both been summoned throughout the course of the game. And then it has the passive effect of your banished cards, or your opponent can activate cards or effects that have the same name as a card that is currently banished, as well as having the quick effect to banish a monster from your extra deck or main deck, to then be able to banish all cards from your opponent's field and grave, and combine that with this card's this card's passive effects. It is very, very bad for your opponent, but very good for you. In my personal opinion, if this card is summoned, you should be winning no matter what. But that is it for my Armed Dragon, my Ojama Armed Dragon deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas the decks like to be made in the future, or decks like to see face each other, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching.